Starting a business can be really scary, especially if you don't have the money to do it yourself right now. There are two ways to go around building your business if you don't have a lot of money. The first one, maybe the most common one, is to go into finding investors, raising capital, but there is another way. The other way is bootstrapping, building your business from the ground up with the resources that you have. Which one should you choose? Bootstrapping, raising capital? I have a video where I break that down exactly and also give you some actionable tips on how to successfully bootstrap a business and a startup. It is up here. But in this video, I am going to take it one step further into the bootstrapping world. And I'm going to talk about how Micro SaaS is one of the best models for a bootstrapped business. Micro SaaS helps you lower your risks, lower the cost of development, lower the cost of customer acquisition, and make the delivery time shorter and shorter. All of this is great, but what is Micro SaaS? Let's talk about it. Before we dive into Micro SaaS and all the beautiful things that it offers you, I just want to let you know that in this video, we are doing a giveaway. We're giving away a 30-minute consulting call with either me or my brother Eric, and this call is going to be completely for free. We usually charge for these calls on Clarity. I'm going to talk more about the giveaway and how you can join it and what you need to do further in the video, so keep watching. What is Micro SaaS? To begin with, we need to talk about what is SaaS. SaaS is software as a service. It is a business model, and it basically means that the software that you are using is not managed by you. Most of the software we use today are SaaS software. Our emails, our dating apps, our time management apps, everything we use is SaaS because we don't take care of patches and software updates or anything like that. We just use the software and we get pretty annoyed when it doesn't work, don't we? Did you know that it didn't used to be like that? Well, obviously you did, hopefully, unless I am very, very old and you are very, very young. But when I was growing up, we actually had to install everything locally, manage patches, manage everything, and it wasn't the best. It really wasn't the best. A good example would be comparing Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, to Google Docs. Microsoft Word probably has way more features than Google Docs. It allows more flexibility, but you have to install it locally. You have to manually update it to the next version, to the different patches and security patches and everything, while Google Docs is just something you go in your browser to this specific address, you have a document editor, you don't have to do anything. It is a SaaS, software as a service. That was a way too long spiel of SaaS, but if you didn't know what it is, now you do. Now let's talk about Micro SaaS. What is Micro SaaS? It is a smaller SaaS. It is basically a SaaS business, SaaS software that is directed to a specific niche audience. It is serving a narrow audience, and it usually has a smaller team, smaller amount of resources are required to operate it. Micro SaaS is small and narrow. It allows you to really focus your attention on the specific niche that you are serving and the specific features that they need. For example, you might be building a CRM that fits all business. That would be a SaaS. But you might also be building a CRM solely for realtors. That is a Micro SaaS. So how does the Micro SaaS model help you bootstrap your business successfully? Well, the secret is to build your Micro SaaS on top of an existing larger SaaS, on top of an existing platform. Let's give examples because that's the best way to explain things. You could build a Micro SaaS for different CMSs, content management softwares, like Shopify, Wix, WordPress, Magento, etc. You could build Micro SaaS on top of existing CRM softwares, customer relationship management, I think. So things like Chris, Gorgias, Intercom. Last example, you can build a Micro SaaS and add-on to workspace communication software like Slack, Microsoft Teams, Gmail, all of these things. So when you build a Micro SaaS on top of one of these platforms, your niche is the users of these platforms. This is the specific niche, right? That's very clear. But that is not all. The secret to building a profitable bootstrap Micro SaaS is not only to have a platform, but this platform needs to have a marketplace. I'll explain it through the easiest example I could give, the niche that I feel most comfortable talking about, Shopify. Shopify, for those of you who don't know, is a SaaS, software as a service, platform that allows anyone to build an e-commerce store. It could be a large established brand, and it could be a single person, a single entrepreneur trying to start his first business. Anyone can start an e-commerce store starting from the low price of $29 a month. So you could build a Shopify store, and they provide all the basics and everything that you need to operate your store. But they also have an app store, and their app store contains different apps, different Micro SaaS products that allow you as the store owner to add different capabilities to your store. What kind of capabilities? Let's give a few examples. Product reviews, upselling, order tracking, different design options, so much more. Anything you can think of that a store owner would need to add to their store, the people who reach the Shopify App Store are necessarily Shopify store owners, otherwise they would have no reason to be there. When they search for apps on the App Store, they are highly targeted leads for you and your app, Micro SaaS. Do you see where I'm going? I hope you do. We'll wrap it up soon. But just so you know, on the Shopify App Store, there are over 6,000 apps right now, meaning there are over 6,000 Micro SaaS products built on top of the larger SaaS product, which is Shopify. And Shopify has more than 1 million stores right now running on this platform. This million, it's more than, I don't know what the exact number is, but these stores are your potential audience. That is a really large potential audience on the one hand, but also really small, really targeted with really specific needs, which makes it easier for you to build a product that would fit exactly like a glove to the hand for these people. So continuing with the Shopify example, I'm going to talk from personal experience. Our app, Reconvert, was launched at 2018 towards the end of the year. From the moment we launched it, it regularly got about 2 to 4 installs a day, just from being on the Shopify App Store. We did nothing but optimize the Shopify App Store, maybe share it a little bit in some Shopify Facebook groups, but that's it. We didn't do paid advertising, we didn't do content yet, we didn't do much at all. What we did do is about weekly go over the App Store listing, see what keywords we're ranking for, and optimize our listing so that we rank for the right keywords and as high as possible in them. Now, things have changed since then. The competition is larger, but still, when you launch an app on the Shopify App Store, you can expect at least a few installs a day. And then it's up to you and your product to actually keep these people, make money out of them. That's another thing. But launching on a marketplace like Shopify actually makes it so easy to acquire customers. It is completely free. We didn't do any paid efforts for the first year, I think. And we got a lot of installs. Now we're getting much more than just 2 to 4 installs a day, but that's because we're doing a lot of things. And there is a compound effect of your app slowly growing, getting more SEO juice through Google and through Shopify, and you just get more eyeballs on your product. Now, since 2018, we've launched a few other products, and we've also experimented on different platforms and found that the same thing is true. We launched products on Wix, WordPress, Gorgias, Crisp, and we're working on some more. And so far, each one of them, 1 to 4 installs a day. That is a lot. Think about it. When you're first starting out, you can basically just launch on a specific platform, your Micro SaaS, and get free installs, free customers, and also free paying customers. Do you see why I'm saying that Micro SaaS is the best model for bootstrapping? In my opinion, my humble opinion, of course. Now, of course, not all platforms are born equal. How do you choose the right platform to launch your Micro SaaS on? This is the next thing I'm going to talk about, but before I do, I promised you guys a giveaway. This is the time for the giveaway. So as I mentioned, we are giving away a free 30 minutes consultation call with either me or my brother Eric. We charge for these consultation calls on Clarity usually, but we want to give it away for free for one of you. Who are these calls good for? They're good for anyone starting out in the SaaS business or in any small business and you kind of want help about product management, marketing, any of these things. If you are a bootstrapper looking for advice on successful bootstrapping, this is for you. Who is it not good for? It's not good for anyone with a product that is very physical, shipping, suppliers, all of these things we do not have enough experience and enough relevant experience with to help you. So I'm sorry. But if you are interested in joining the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and comment down below. Are you bootstrapping or raising capital? Just say bootstrap or capital. That's all you need to do. Comment down below and one of you will be the winner of the giveaway. The winner will be announced about a week from now in our community tab, so we make sure to follow and hit the bell notifications so you don't miss the winner. Back to our regular programming. So, not all SaaS platforms are born equal. How do you decide which one of them is the one you want to build your micro SaaS on? A few things to do, a few things to ask yourself. Number one, look for things that you know. Are you an e-commerce store owner or have anything to do with the e-commerce world? Are you a realtor? Are you a salesperson? Are you a customer support person? What are you familiar with and how can you provide value to this niche? So ideally find a niche that you are familiar with, because this is the easiest way to find really good ideas. And if you don't have one, then maybe look into your immediate life, friends, family, etc. See if they have any recommendations. If they have a niche that you think could be profitable, you can research it with them. Number two, research the market. How many potential customers do you have? If it's a very small niche of only a few hundreds, it might not be profitable. But also research the price sensitivity, because if it's only a few hundreds, but they are willing to pay a lot, then maybe it is profitable. You need to kind of cross-reference these two things to see your profit potential. Also, maturity of the platform, that is super important. Again, let's go back to examples. In e-commerce, we have Shopify and we have Wix. We have products on both actually, but Wix is newer to the e-commerce game. Their platform is not as mature. That is not to say it's not good, it's a great platform, but it's not as mature as Shopify. It has less customers and the customers tend to be smaller. That makes sense. The platform might grow. We took a bet on this platform when we developed for it because we believed that it would grow. It might not. Shopify, on the other hand, is basically the market leader of e-commerce. So this is a very mature platform. But there are advantages and disadvantages to each. A very mature platform, on the one hand, has a larger potential, but it usually has much more competition and it's more difficult to reach customers and to rank higher. A not very mature potential might take a while until it grows and it might flop as well, but if it's established enough, then you can count on it growing, and it might take a while to actually start making real money from it. But since you're one of the first, you could actually get a really good opportunity to rank high from the get-go in this platform. Number three is to find blank spots. Don't just go ahead and develop the same thing that everyone does in this platform. Don't just see, oh, okay, I see there's a lot of pop-up apps. I'm gonna do a pop-up app. There's a lot of progress bar apps. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if there's a lot of them, then A, there's a lot of competition, and B, maybe that's the easier thing to develop. And I see why that would be attractive, but if there's so much, then like we said, there's a lot of competition, and how much can you actually make? You're gonna fight on each customer, you have to be better than everyone, and if it's easy, then the price point is lower. You wanna find the places where you can actually fill in a blank. Or it can be a place where there is a micro SaaS serving this, but it's not on the marketplace of the platform. So if there are other products that are your competition, but they're not on the marketplace, that's actually a really good opportunity to bring something from the marketplace and find different customers. Or it can be something that exists on the marketplace, but is not good enough. You think you can do better, you can innovate. Always think about how you can innovate and how you can do better than your competition, either with pricing, customer experience, or just plain features. Step number 4 is to learn the platform guidelines. Research it a little bit, see what you can and can't do in a micro SaaS in this platform. Most of these have some guidelines, most of these take commission from you, so see what the commission is, see that it's fair, and also learn how the platform actually works. What do you need to do to grow on this marketplace? Lastly, number 5 is to join the community. Join Facebook groups of developers for these platforms, Reddit, Threads, Discord, whatever it is. Join places where other people like you are developing for this platform and talking about it. If you want to know more about micro SaaS and SaaS and the differences between them, there is a video that I've created about it right here. It talks about it really in depth. And if you want to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.